Yo, what's up? It's your boy Marcel P. Black checking in, bro. Really out your podcast, marcelpblack.com. Go to YouTube, Marcel P. Black. Man, good brother we got here. You know how like sometimes you meet people and it's like you know them forever. This is one of the good brothers, man. We're gonna talk about how we first met, but I want to introduce a young man, part of two of the dopest groups that I've heard come out of the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? A student of the craft, a student of just being in the MC. Him and his crews put on some of the best live shows that I've ever seen. Like, I'm cold on the stage, bro. I'm nice on the stage. This nigga here is one of the few people when I don't be want to go up after them niggas, bro. Like, put me before them dudes. Don't put me after them. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, y'all dudes go crazy. You know, if this was a live show like I do every time, I will clap it up for the homeboy, L.A.Z. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Yes, sir.
All right. So first question that I ask every single person that I have a conversation with, do you remember how we met?
Yeah, I do. We was in, what city was that in California? Because it wasn't a San Francisco show. It was the night before that.
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. That was a cool venue, too.
Cool venue.
And, yeah, it was you. I don't remember my mans that came from San Francisco. He was nice, too, though. Yeah, the streets with him.
Oh, gosh.
I
remember that was okay. I remember. So from Louisiana was Leon the guy and his partner.
Leon. That was the first night I seen Leon too.
Leon was there. There was a dude named. His last name is Gordon. Al something Gordon. I see he got a nice little book. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
My man. Jay Lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
That was a good show. It wasn't as turn as the San Francisco one.
No, bro. Bro, you know, I don't smoke, bro. I've never smoked weed a day in my life, and I can honestly say that San Francisco show was the first time I've ever been like high out of my fucking mind, and y'all didn't even know it though. I was like, cause like remember. So first of all, so the show in Santa Cruz. This is early February 2019. 2019, and you guys was on y'all was on the tour or what have you. And big shout out to Bree, you know what I'm saying? She got y'all on the bill out there with Jay Lately on the Bay Area and invited me out there too or whatever. But the Santa Cruz show, it was cool venue. It was kind of like the next night, the San Francisco joint was nuts. That shit was crazy, bro. Like that night was, and so I just remember like
band. Is that random band? That was
yeah. Like, but we legal. Like that good shit is legal out there in the Bay Area. And like we was in the room, we was in like a 300 cap room with probably about 200 people, and like the door had to stay shut, and it was like a big ass hot box in there.
Right.
And I was man. I don't, like I said, I don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? But just all the smoke in there. At one point, I was like, damn, I'm kind of twisted, you know what I mean? Like on the cool, like after I performed, you know. But like where I was sitting there, everybody was smoking and stuff. It was just so loud in there, bro. But that was a dope ass night, bro. That was a dope ass night.
Right. For real. I had ceviche for the first time, but it's fucking disgusting. It's horrible.
What's that?
Ceviche is like fish, and then it's like in vinegar. Let me Google it, because.
Oh, you know what? So I do remember. I don't remember what it was called. I did have something that whatever it was, like some type of Asian food or whatever it was that the old girl had over in the corner. It was enough, but I didn't have no fish though. My joint had like beef. My joint was straight.
Wow.
My joint was straight.
Seafood dish that originated in Peru, typically made from fresh raw fish, cured in fresh citrus juices, most commonly lemon or lime, and spiced with ají, chili peppers, or other seasonings, including chopped onions, salt, and coriander. So it's just like
got the wrong shit. You got the wrong shit.
Ugh.
Cause whatever I had was busted. It was like, matter of fact, cause I took a picture of it, I put it on my Instagram. It was like some rice and some type of sauce and some beef, and like my joint was kind of. It might have some potatoes in it too. My joint was kind of busted. You must have went to the wrong vendor. You know what I mean?
I didn't eat until the end of the night. I ate before that. Because I had some friends that lived in San Francisco. So I clicked up with them and then like went and chilled with them and then went from there and we got some food from this Mexican restaurant, but it was like the end of the night. Only thing that was left was ceviche.
Oh man, yeah, okay. Because I got there early because I rode with Bree, so I got there early. You know what I'm saying? So I got it fresh off the grill or whatever she was cooking in. I got it fresh out the pan, so my joint was busting.
I missed out. I'm pissed.
Yeah, but big shout out to Bree, man. Big shout out to Backseat Productions, man. Like, you know, she out here killing it. She like the Franklin say to Mary Kate, bro. She out here moving she out moving all the peak. She moving all the peak Cadillacs in the makeup everywhere, bro. So big shout out to Bree, man.
I think they had her on the airplane. It was either earlier today or like yesterday.
Yeah,
you know, they flying around places.
Bro, honestly, I didn't even know Mary Kate was like a thing like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know.
Me either, for real. You know
what,
like,
bro? Bree so connected, bro. Bree so connected, bro. You would. I mean, it makes sense though. It makes sense.
I think it's like Fashion Nova for old women. No. You know, like, you know, Fashion Nova seemed like the same shit.
Right. I definitely got my wife some Fashion Nova stuff. You know what I mean? I definitely got some. So
you know, I didn't grab my lady some shit from off of the.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, they got the stuff for the big curvy women, man. It'd be, you know what I mean? I got her some Fenty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the cheat code though. The cheat code, man. You got to get your old lady some of them Amazon pants, man. The Amazon joints, the Amazon leggings, son. Son, man, you sleep.
I don't even know about them.
Say, bro, let me tell you something, bro. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's get the Amazon pants. They about $25, bro. It's worth it, man. Gonna feel you caught up. Yeah. Get one in every color. You know what I mean? Yeah. But look, we over bullshit. Let's get back to the hip hop, man. So look, so you was born in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
But raised for the most part of your life in Colorado.
For a decent portion, you feel me?
Okay, so at what age did you move from Detroit?
I moved from Detroit, was probably like 2. I was probably like 2. We moved to Germany. My dad joined the Army. That's the first place he got stationed. He got stationed at Karlsruhe Army base. And it might be in Karlsruhe, Germany, or like Cologne or something like that. You know, so we was out there for like, I want to say like 2 years. And then we moved, he got stationed in Colorado Springs. You know, and I ended up out there. I was out there from like that first year of preschool, kindergarten, through like the year after I graduated from high school in 06. And I moved out here August. I moved to Detroit like August of 06. I've been here, you know.
Okay, so your formative years, like growing up, was pretty much Colorado.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I still rep it so tough, you know, like 100%.
I'm the same way. Like I've been in Louisiana since I was 18. I'm 37 now, so I've been in Louisiana longer, you know what I'm saying, than I was in Oklahoma at this point. But you know,
you're getting ready to move back, ain't you?
See, if this was yesterday, I would have told you not to say that, but I just announced it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving.
That's
100%.
You said
it. 100%, man. Yeah, Tulsa. Moving to Tulsa.
Hey.
Oh, it's
my homegirl just moved out there. She talked about like my homegirl from Colorado Springs. She moved out there, you know, and last time I talked to her, she was just telling me like how black of a city it was, you know, and just like how united it feels. I think she was coming from like DC or Baltimore or something. She was like, it just feels better being there compared to the East Coast.
Especially right now, man, because, you know, it's like at the end of next month, it would be the 100-year anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre. And so, like, it's a lot of good brothers and sisters doing a whole lot of organizing and just community building. And it's like the great-grandchildren of the people that was in, you know what I'm saying, the Tulsa Race Massacre, they definitely keep that legacy alive. And so, I mean, it was a couple of different reasons why we chose to move there. You know, my pops passed about a little over a year ago. And so just wanted to be back closer to my mom. But my hometown is so small. You know what I mean? I can't fade this. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't like Texas like that. You know what I mean? So like, or North Texas like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, where's the place that I like Dallas and shit. Dallas. I don't really care for Dallas.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that area, you know. And I'm thinking like, okay, so my mom is actually gonna move with us. We're gonna get like a big family house, but like so Tulsa's like about 2.5, 3 hours away from my hometown. So if we need to get back down there, it's cool. We can make it in one little trip, about 3/4 of the tank and things of that nature. But I've been going to Tulsa pretty consistently since 2016 touring. You know what I'm saying? And like,
right.
Like out of all the places in Oklahoma, man, they treat me like I'm the prodigal son. Like I'm the one who left Oklahoma and did my shit. So when I come home, they open their arms. You know what I'm saying? That they treat me like you one of us. You know what I'm saying? And so like,
right.
I've been able to like do some good business and like, you know what I'm saying, kind of build a new community out there. And then like just on the activism tip, man, I want to do some community organizing and things of the nation when I get out there. So it was just a natural. It was just a natural move for me, bro. And we ain't even started packing the goddamn thing yet, but well, so we got to throw. We ain't take. My mama said, look, I'm gonna furnish whatever house we move into. Bring the children, bring your clothes, bring the electronics. So a lot of this shit gonna get thrown away. Yeah, I mean, but so we need to hurry up. But so Colorado, so like I said, originally I'm from Oklahoma. So Oklahoma is a place that I want to say now with what's going on in Tulsa, pretty soon you're going to hear what the Oklahoma sounds like. But you know what I'm saying? It's never traditionally had one because of the big West Coast influence. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like Oklahoma smack dab in the middle of the country, similar to Colorado. It's Oklahoma's below the Mason-Dixon, but it wasn't a state that had slavery, and it's kind of in the Midwest. So like, we never really had our own sound. So like, growing up in Colorado in your formative years, like really, really getting into hip hop, like what was it like? Like how did hip hop find you in Colorado? Like when you just first decided that you wanted to rhyme, what did a young Jarrell do? You know what I'm saying? Trying to be an MC in the state of Colorado Springs to be exact.
Shit, I wasn't really down to rap. I was writing raps, but it was like embarrassing to be a rapper. You feel me? So it was honestly like it was surprising to a lot of my homies in Colorado. Once they seen that I was rapping, because I used to be leading charge. Like, man, these niggas need to quit. Y'all need to stop. Because it's like the people that we had, like we had the Guillory Brothers, we had the Colorado Cowboys, we had Yes Sir. It was like groups that I was around. We had Synocious, Young Cavi. Who else was doing stuff at that point?
A white cat named Chuck City?
Yeah, I know Chuck City.
He did the one on the show that me and Alfred did in Denver. He was on that bill. There wasn't nobody there. Like, man, look, y'all, the show was so sad, bro, that the bar staff, they felt so bad for us because we was rapping in front of them that they bought a whole merch table. That's how bad it was. But Chuck City was on that bill. Wasn't nobody. It was on a Sunday. It was like a salsa bar or some shit. It was just bad. Anyways, but that's what I meant. That's what I met Chuck City. Yeah, Denver.
Yeah,
that's what I met Chuck City.
Let me make sure this is plugged in. I don't want my laptop to die.
100%.
Wrong one.
And I'm pretty sure that Chuck City will never see this, so I ain't got a problem saying it. I remember
Chuck City, if he threw a dud, this hip hop. It happens. Shit, that nigga.
No. I'm saying. I don't give a fuck either way. I'm just saying. I'm about to be a little messy. Because I remember Illaz was saying they had like beef or something.
Chuck City? I didn't even know that.
It was some type of I don't know what it was, but I don't know. He might be capping. I don't know. Toy might have been capping. I don't know. You never know.
Right. But, I like Illaz more than I like Chuck City. So
yeah. So we ride with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. So okay. So like you weren't really trying to rap. So like, did you go to like different shows? Did you go to concerts? Did you or like who was your favorite rappers? Really, like what
really
was
had concerts like that?
Oh really?
The very first concert that I ever went to, I was at this assembly at my high school, and I was in there talking shit. They was giving away Murphy Lee tickets. I'll never forget this. I'm saying, Murphy Lee, old whack ass. Hey, Murphy Lee, old garbage ass. Hey, they pull in tickets. They pulled my raffle ticket.
Oh,
I
wow.
won. I wanted to go see Murphy Lee. That was my first concert. You know, so it's like that was the first one that I went to. And I just came back from Colorado. I was just out there. I had a show out there this past weekend and ended up going to the studio with one of my Mexican homies, one of my Latino homies, named Easy Fakovich. That's just what we call him, you know. And we was just reminiscing, and he was like, remember we used to tell y'all how y'all favorite rappers will never come see y'all, but we always go see our favorite rappers because Chingo Bling, Baby Bash, South Park Mexican, like they'll actually come to Colorado Springs.
Right. Yeah. Right.
They was grinding in the
that's a market. Gotcha. Right.
They going where the Mexicans is at, you know. But us, we sitting there listening to Diplomats, Jay-Z, Fit. They don't even tour in Denver at this point. They just, you know that shit. You was growing up in Oklahoma. They just pass over that whole Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and they'll land in Vegas. You know, it's like they'll go from like probably Kansas City, maybe. Other than that, Chicago, and they flying all the way over our whole entire region. Jay-Z, Up in Smoke Tour, all that shit. They flying. They doing Chicago, Indianapolis, oof, and they flying right over.
So it's Colorado.
They flying over the whole region.
Is Colorado more the Southwest or is it the Midwest or like?
It's a Rocky Mountain region. It's its own region. It's not the Midwest. It's on mountain time. You know, so it's a whole region. You got to the north, you got Wyoming. To the south, you have New Mexico. To the west, you have Utah. To the east, you have Kansas. That's what we surrounded by.
And it's a damn box.
Yeah. You know, so it's literally nothing. You know, so it's like we was going through that same thing. And that's why I didn't fuck with rap. I started transcribing raps. Excuse me. I started transcribing raps when I was like middle school. You feel me? Like this before Genius, you know, this like having the radio in the room, the CD, I gotta press pause and I write down the bars and shit. I used to do that with Project Pack songs. Cause I was always into everything, you feel me? Cause like in retrospect, that's the thing that ended up helping me. Is I'm not really partial to nothing, cause I ain't grow up to a coast. I ain't grow up on the East Coast. I ain't grow up in Philly. I didn't grow up like we had nothing to grip hold to and be like, this is ours. So everybody's shit was ours.
So what was some of the hottest shit in the hood when you was growing up? Like you riding through the hood, like what's the one thing that everybody playing out the whip?
It just depends on what era and what it was. You know, at one point it was Jeezy. You know, at one point everybody was about this, and it was Mac Drake. You feel me? At one point,
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going down.
You know, at one point it was all about Mac Drake and Thizzle dancing. At one point, you know, it was all about like, you know, Jay-Z, whatever, like mainstream stuff, you know, but then you still had people, because it was certain artists that would like keep a presence. You know, like Tech N9ne actually built a studio in my hometown. Come to find out years later. So it was a lot of technicians. You know, there's a lot of people that really rock with Looney Coleon, Yuck Mouth, like underground West Coast stuff.
This nigga say Looney Coleon. So all them Sacramento dudes, Bay Area dudes, they had like a big presence in like Kansas City, and they would come to Oklahoma. Yeah. So like for the longest, bro, like they was like, cause like so. And you probably know this too, because Colorado's probably similar. You know, in the 80s, a lot of niggas who got ran out of L.A., you know what I'm saying? They came set up shop where we was, in Oklahoma, in Nebraska, in Kansas, in Arkansas, right? And so we had like a lot of the gangs and stuff. So there's like, then you got Langston is like, I want to say the furthest west HBCU. So you got like, so a lot of the Cali kids, you know, it's way too, if you want to get a damn degree in mass communications, you know, fucking UCLA too expensive. So you come to HBCU in the middle of the South, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot cheaper, right? So like, West Coast music, Bay Area music or whatever, and like, dog, you would have thought like you know what I'm saying, the Loonies and like Looney Coleon, you would have thought they was from Oklahoma. They got so much love, bro. You know what I'm saying? Looney Coleon,
Leon, the Loomis, you feel me? Like Colorado more West Coast anyway.
I'm a Sacramento psycho.
Yeah.
Throwing up that nitro. Ooh, nigga, that was so hard, bro. Don't you know that I'm a gangster, bitch? Fuck falling in love. That shit was hard, nigga. Nigga, like that shit was hard. That shit was hard, bro. let me tell you a Yuck Mouth story, bro. So, nigga, it was 4th of July, 2002. You know what I'm saying? I'm old, nigga. 4th of July, 2002, I just graduated high school. And my mom and them, they let us go to, so like in my hometown, we didn't have no black radio station. You know what I'm saying? We really had no big clubs. So we would drive 100 miles to Oklahoma City to go party and shit, right? So we go to Oklahoma City, we go to a club. I remember I was tripped. I had like a red velour FUBU suit on and niggas was banged out. And I'm like, damn, like I wasn't thinking, right? So I go to the club and we go there and it's 4th of July. And Yuck Mouth is up in the balcony. He's up on the second level or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody giving it up, everybody throwing up West Side, blah, 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 blah. So some Oklahoma City niggas, dope dealing ass niggas, they want to go flex. So they want to go to the balcony and they want to go pop bottles and other shit too. And so, like, I guess Yuck Mouth security was trying to tell them, man, we bought this whole thing out. Ain't nobody else popping no bottles up here. And so they get into a skirmish, bro. Next thing I know, my nigga, security, they get to fighting the shit. They throw up. So whoever the Oklahoma City niggas was, they got to fighting. Yuck Mouth and them security threw all them niggas over the balcony. Like, it's like 4 of them. They threw them niggas over the balcony, right? And it's like probably about a 15-foot fall, right? So over the balcony and like on the dance floor. And then the niggas up there, they started throwing, so the niggas up there started throwing shit at it while they was on the ground. I'm like, yo, niggas is about to die out here. And so the lights come on, and I think it's about to be a stampede, it's about to leave. That nigga Yuck Mouth was like, nah, fuck that. We came here to party, nigga. Play my shit. This nigga rapped, I got 5 on it, and the club went fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, as grown men, we like, hell no, I don't want to go nowhere near that. Back then, nigga, we ready to risk it all for some goddamn club shit, bro.
Right.
That shit was a tenement ass situation. Niggas about to die out here.
Right.
So I remember you telling me when I was out there, you said you really got into like rapping when you went back to Detroit. So like what brought you back from being in Colorado and then getting back to Detroit, and then like when you finally picked up the pen, like for real started rapping?
I mean, me and my friends, you know, at that point we was just living too hot. We was doing too much. You feel me? So when I moved to Detroit, it's like I basically moved to Detroit on the run. You feel me? So I only had a couple of things with me. I had this big green army bag, like the 2 handles, like big giant ass army bag. I stuffed clothes in it. One of the things that I grabbed had this lime green binder, you know, because at one point, I don't even know where it is anymore, you know, but at one point, I had everything that I wrote, you know, like in this binder up to that point, you know, just like little stuff, like songs, bars, songs that I transcribed from other niggas, you know, like I just had everything. And when I moved here in 06, I was out here for a year before I ended up going to Oakland. I went to Oakland University in Rochester Hills, Michigan. You feel me? And I pledged fraternity. I'm a Sigma. I joined Phi Beta Sigma. Fraternity Incorporated. You know, Emil Vincent from Clear Soul Force is the one who pledged me into the frat. Yeah, you know, and you know, they call themselves making a little sweep through my room. They found a binder. I had it on my bed, you know, and You know, he's like, who wrote this? I was like, shit, I did. And took it. You rapping this shit at set tonight. Ooh. And at that point, you know, that was my first time rapping out loud. Since like the 7th grade, I rapped at a house party that my sister was throwing and spit some of the shit that I transcribed off of. Basically, I rapped this core mega rap from a Tony Touch mix. From a Tony Touch mix.
Goddamn, this nigga said core mega shit.
And my sister was, everybody was like, oh, he nice. I'm rapping about how hard it is to grow up in Queens, New York and shit. This nigga whole shit. I just rap his whole shit. And my big sister was like, hey, that shit off that silver CD that you always be listening to. And then everybody just turned to me, found out I was fraud. So I quit rapping. Man. So I quit. Yeah. You know, I'd probably be on by now if I never would have stopped because of her ass.
Bro.
You know.
Damn.
You know, but
that's how big sister do you, bro.
Right. You feel me? And it's like at that point, I just started out like just rapping. At that point, my OG, Dollar Dave, ended up, he had a studio at his crib. He liked music. Took me through his crib. I recorded at his spot. You know, and it was just like, I don't know, like I just never stopped. You know, and I just kept going with it from there. You know, I can't even explain it. It's like the shit was in me, but it wasn't activated. You know, you gotta crack the glow stick for it to start shining and shit. I was a glow stick. Nobody cracked that bitch yet.
So like, so do you think, so how much did like transcribing lyrics for other people, like, so I mean, you said you listen to a little bit of everything. So like the fact that, so if you transcribing lyrics, that means like you singing word for word, you singing what paragraphs and sentences end and begin and things of that nature. How much did like the knowledge of everything you soaked up for transcribing these lyrics, how much did that influence the way you write your own shit?
At one point in my life, it's like I'm kind of, I don't want to say coming out of it, I'm more liberal though. I still got a rhyme book. I still got a couple rhyme books in here that's filled with shit. I wrote people under Detroit. You feel me? And for the most part, this next album I got coming out, you know, it just feels good. You know, like I write my music. You know, because I just connect with it better. But, you know, when I've been going to like the studio or I'm doing something for somebody else, I just be on my phone. Fuck it. You know, not saying it's not the same type of attention and care, but it's not the same. You know, it's like I had the same page open. It take me 2 months to write a song sometimes. Mm-hmm. That's not uncommon for me. Right. You know, but it's like you can't lose it. You know, like technically you could, but it's just like, you know, I connect with it better. You know, I could leave, come back, and I write line for line, like how I learned how to rap. You know, I learned how to rap from writing line for line, I guess. And that shit just helped me, you know, seeing like what people were saying. Like really seeing it and like understanding. Cause like I was real heavy on Project Pat, super heavy, you know, like Getty Green, Mr. Don't Play, most known unknowns whatnot. It was when the smoke cleared. Yeah. When the smoke clears, and then I forget the album that came out before that from 3-6. You know, I was real heavy on that. And then the Clips came out my freshman year of high school. You know, I ended up getting a CD. My favorite rapper ever is Pusha T.
Yeah.
Yeah, he filthy to me, man. I'm sorry. My man Frank be saying he's aggressively average. Like you could just rap hard and be Pusha prolific to me.
I'm telling you my shit, bro. My shit is niggas ain't riding for you. Oh, Jesus.
Exodus 23:1.
Nigga, what? When nigga was,
it was 5 years. It was 5 years before Wayne even started filing charges against Birdman. You know, so it's like he knew, and Pusha was calling that out. That made me, that puts him, he's eternally in my top because he bullied Wayne and he refused to be bullied by Drake, who inserted himself in that shit. And he, like he said, you signed to one nigga that signed to another nigga that signed to another nigga. You know, so he, you know, he's like, it's cash versus assets. You got a big house and a boat, but these are assets and they don't belong to you. I have cash. Facts. I'm rich than you. You know, and you're not gonna touch me and your bitch. So I say whatever I want to. He just walked around.
That nigga, bro. I love this shit. Like the video crazy. You know, the video was dark as shit. But like when Dream come in singing, like he just like cause he I remember on the album he was saying how like he like really zoned out the pop. You know what I'm saying? And he said that one thing he really liked, he looked up, he saw that like the songs were produced by R&B dudes. So like, you know, so like a lot of this stuff that Pac was doing at Death Row was produced and like produced and like even vocally produced by Devontae Swain. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he said, I want that same feeling. He's like, I want to get in the studio with like, you know what I'm saying, a R&B cat who comes from the hip hop generation. And so he locked in with the Dream. The Dream can't sing for shit, but that nigga can make a damn bop. And like, man, that whole tape was dope as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I didn't listen to the joint with the Whitney cover. I ain't listened to it. Well, I listened to it once, but I'm not fucking with Kanye at all. You know what I'm saying? So I listened to it once just to hear what niggas be talking about, but you know, I ain't really get into that shit. You know what I'm saying? The last joint he dropped was good music. I ain't really get into it.
On there. It's short. It's a classic though. he was zoning on every song on there.
I mean, the nigga's incredible, bro. I love the joint he got with "Oh My Name Is My Name." My joint is better watch what's coming out. Just the joint with Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. Yeah. And then the joint with Ross. Ross was talking about Ross might build a school in Ethiopia and roll it myself. Yeah. Like that I love that. Or Snitch, like. He got some joints, bro. Like he definitely got like.
Sorry, nigga. I'm trying to come home. Yeah.
That's real talk. That's like the best, fucking one of the best hip hop acronyms that niggas don't use enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit should be in everybody's vocabulary, bro.
You ever seen like, you remember seeing like in cartoons where they eyes bug out their head and shit like that, like Bust at the beginning of that video that give me some more video and shit. That's how it felt. Like he had this verse at the beginning of Lord Willing. The CD just starts, you know, which was like super interesting to me. You know, I'm so used to like intros and, you know, like some kind of build up. That shit, you put it in and you just press play and that shit starts, you know, which was crazy to me. This nigga had, it's my favorite verse ever. You know, he was like, players, we ain't the same. I'm in the cane and guns. Chef Paul with the fishes made the facelift numb. Out in Panama in that amazing sun. I'm amazing, son. You niggas wonder where my grace is from. I speak with corrupted tongue. Analyze the underworld since I was young. Back in 84 when I saw Crockett and Tubbs as the law. My eyes got big once they televised that raw. My mama should have seen it coming. Me running up and down the stairs too quick, humming Miami Vice theme music. Cold to Rome made me colder. I see the villain's impact now that I'm older. Ignorant views, ignorant fool, views ignorant too. Got a lot of money, keep militant tools. Wasn't present the session, they handed out the rules. So I gravitated related to life's cruels. The meaning, Pusha T's more than he seeming, not just a rap name, more so like a damn shame. Nothing's changed, except the crimes is less heinous. The three of us know, yet the shooter remains nameless. And I don't even watch my back. I was raw before rap, and I ain't lost my past. Shit could get hairy, I could lose myself in a flash. Niggas would think I'm Jim Carrey, how I off that mask. You know, like, it's like he was painting a picture. But, you know, I was either used to like a style like, Project Pat had a style.
Project Pat's
it's like Pusha, but Pusha, it's like he was just flat and monotone.
Right.
It's like he was flat and monotone, you know, which was just like, it's like he was just standing there, like just rapping and saying and shit. You know, so the delivery is like, I don't know what it was that clicked in a way that like, I was already listening to Jay at this point. I was already listening to Nas at this point. I was already listening to Scarface.
But that shit hit you different though.
Yeah, you know, and I was like, man, I wanna learn how to rap like that.
Got you.
You know, like I want to be able to talk to people like that. You know, and shit, it's kind of just been on since then. You know,
so like when did you like? So you started recording. So like before CSF. So we talking 2006, right? So like when did you start like recording and like putting out your own shit?
I started recording music in like 07, beginning of 08. Prior to my project, No Paperwork EP in 2017, I never released any. So I had like a couple solo songs and features that I did, but like everything, my entire existence was like on record, you know, was all Clear Soul Force shit. I ain't have a catalog. I ain't have a body of work.
Got you. So basically, I came in the game in the group too. So
yeah,
I definitely did what you're saying. So let's get to CSF, right? So I've heard the story a couple different times. I've read the story a couple different times. I know you told it a bunch.
Hold on. I'm finna grab my weed.
Grab your weed.
Grab my weed.
Are you grabbing this weed? See, man, big Gresham made it legal up there, man. Look at you. In the meantime, in between time, I make sure I go to marcelpblack.com. Check out the Really Outchea podcast. Go to YouTube, Marcel P. Black. This, I want to say, by the time you see this, I have 10 episodes up. You know what I'm saying? I got some part twos or whatever. So, you know, it's a lot of good content, marcelpblack.com. I got the Once on Wednesdays I was doing, you know what I'm saying, last summer and earlier this year. I got the In Search of the Black Messiah deluxe edition deconstructed. You know what I'm saying? Just go watch and music videos, and I'm about to drop an album next month. So, you know, there's gonna be a lot of more art and culture, you know what I'm saying, on marcelpblack.com. I'm trying to stall. I don't want to pause it. I'm gonna keep it straight. I won't pause it. Yeah. Boom. The glare from my glasses is killing me, y'all. I gotta get my contacts.
I'm back in this thing, man.
Look at you, bro. Look at you. We illegal in Michigan, huh?
Yes, sir.
Big Gretch holding it down for you, huh?
Something like that. That's
something like that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right?
According to
I saw earlier. Well, last year, who was it? It was your boy, my nigga, G Mac. He was talking about they was trying to start like a GoFundMe to get big Gretch some buffs. They're trying to get us some buffs.
Yeah.
That's some nigga shit, boss.
She put them motherfuckers on.
Oh, she put them on for real?
Yeah.
Man, big Gretch.
She rocked the buffs.
Right, that's crazy.
She eternally good in the hood. I heard she's like 6'2".
Yeah. I mean, shit, they call her Big Gretch for nothing.
Shit, I thought that was just something that they were saying. Forgot who it was that told me. He was like, she big as hell. I was like, what you mean? She don't look fat on TV. I don't mean it like that. Like, she like a strong 6'2". I was like, damn.
That's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious. All right, so look, so yeah, before you had to get the smokes, 2009, there's this studio situation. So first of all, so you knew Emil, you know what I'm saying? You knew Emil from, you know what I'm saying, from school. Mm-hmm. Right. So how did Elijah Day and Novelist, how did you all four come together to the point to where y'all even got to the studio session? This legendary night.
First of all, Elijah Day is Emil's cousin.
I did not know that.
Yup, they cousins. So I remember one night, Emil wasn't always rapping either. That nigga just popped up with a verse and out one day, and that nigga was gonna be my manager. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That nigga and his wife now. You know, used to drive me to shows and shit like that. He wasn't even rapping at this point.
Mm.
And he had told me one day, you know, and at this point I was rapping. That already made me perform at the Sigma Gamma Rho talent show, all of this, you know. So it's like I was already doing it at this point, you know. And he's like, man, I got a cousin that make beats. He just started like 2 weeks ago, but he nice though. I was like, all right, you know, connect me with him. Saying he gave him my number. I was in my homegirl, Shamara. I was in her room with her and this girl named Danae. He called me, you know, and it's like I'm so laid back. Sometimes energetic niggas throw me off. Calm your ass down. What's wrong with you? You know, like I just be thinking they fake, or you know, like they egomaniac. Something wrong with them. You know, like
right.
He was just like a little, hey man, what's going on, man? Oh man, he told me you play me these songs that you got, you know, and it was Elijah day. The first time I'd ever talked to him and shit, he was like just super excited. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? You know, like I usually be feeling like super energetic niggas. You know, like they be rubbing me the wrong way.
Right.
And you know, I have a whip at this point. He was going to college in Detroit. The school downtown Detroit called Wayne State. Man, I come get you right now, man. I just got these beats. I want to play them for you. So I was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. You know, he came and swooped me. And it's like a 35, 40-minute drive. You feel me? He came and picked me up, came and got me. We went back to his, he was in a studio apartment. And, you know, it's like we started working on music. Then, Wale and Young Chris from the Young Guns.
I love State Property, bro.
Me too. I was listening to you're gonna want me back.
Nigga, that's my shit, bro. That first Young Guns album, like if you take out, I don't know, that first Young Guns album, like that's like top, if you take out Jay-Z, whatever, that's like top 5 for me Rockefeller releases.
Yeah, I love that shit.
I love that shit, bro.
It was strong. It was strong album.
The title track, no. The whatever it takes to find our way, the tough love song. Where they like talking to each other, and then the time, whatever. That shit, that whole album was fucking. I love that album, bro.
That album was fire.
Anyway,
you know, but while Wale and Young Chris was having this little contest, if you send in the best verse, then you could get on the song with them and shit. And then it was me, J Pick, Elijah Day. You know, we had verses on the song, you know, and then Emil just pops up and was like, I got a verse. We was like, nigga, what? You rap? Yeah. All right, then fuck it. Then Emil was a rapper. You know, so then he was a rapper. It was 5. It was supposed to be 5 of them. So J Pick, who was on People Under Detroit, my man.
I met him when I was up there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be the 5th. He was supposed to be in Clear Soul Forces. He had his own thing going on at the time. He ain't see the vision. You feel me? So he wasn't with it. So he just kept on building, the 3 of us. And then when I was going to Oakland, it was this dude, this white dude, his name Robo Rob. He was throwing shows. He went to Oakland. And he had a label called High Hill Records with a dude named O'Day Baylor. He go by Moonchild. And he was on the basketball team at Rochester College, the same college that Novelist went to.
Okay.
You know me? So they ran their label together. And we they had like this little monthly at a bar in Auburn Hills called Callahan's. And you know, I did it like probably about like 1 or 2 months or whatever. And then the Super Bowl Sunday when the Arizona Cardinals played the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
That Super Bowl. They had a show that night. And that was the first time I seen Novelist perform. He performed there and shit. I ain't fuck with him at first. He wore shades. Come find out it's because he was nervous. He was nervous. You feel me?
Oh, wow.
It was his first time performing. I ain't know that shit. You know, so I seen him perform. I thought he was nice. Told him I thought he was nice. He blew me off. I was like, fuck that nigga. You know, I was like, fuck that nigga.
Bro, I ain't seen Novelist about 3 or 4 times before I realized he fucked with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, before I realized he fucked with me. That's just how he is. Right.
Yeah. You feel me? It was the same thing. I was like, man, fuck this nigga. You know, so, you know, it was Emil that was like, oh, man, don't be like that. He is talented. You're talented. So why we gonna do that? You know, so he was like, y'all should collab. So I got his number, all of that shit. Me and him start, you know, just like going back and forth, sending verses, working on shit. I had a connection with this dude. You know them old niggas. He was one of them Van Wilder ass niggas, man. He was the oldest nigga in college. You feel me? Like
they don't never want to leave. They don't never want to leave.
He's the oldest nigga in college. So a dude named James, and he had a promo company. I go do shows, you know, all kind of stuff with him and shit. Because he had seen me performing around the school and shit. And was like, all right, you nice. I like bet. So he started taking me to different shows, showcases and shit that he doing. Going around doing those. Like, I'm tucked off in the hood, you know, like doing like hood shows and shit. And, you know, James, sometimes he'll be full of shit, but then sometimes he wasn't full of shit. You know, he always used to tell me, oh, man, I work at this studio called Music Brokers. I'm interning. Royce be in there. Man, you full of shit. You know?
You thought that nigga was cap as hell, huh?
You full of shit. I ain't believe him at all. I ain't even gonna hold you. I told him to his face, I don't believe him. Period. You know, so at this point, you know, we was like, I think we had like one song together as a group of 4. We was still like rolling around doing shows. Like we would go to the open mic and they'll give you 10 minutes and then we'll just sign up our names in like 4s and then just like take 40 minutes out of a show. So niggas was under the impression that we was a group. Because we'll just ride together, perform together. You know, but we wasn't at this point. So one of the nights, James, you know, he let me book some time. I tell them niggas, because it's like, we might as well record these songs that we got. You know, so we go in there, like me and Novelist had something over ignorant shit. Me and Emil had something over some beat. I think his mans had made it. Elijah Day had something that he had produced for himself or whatever, you know. So we was just like recording the shit that we had. Found out that Royce was in the next room. He was in the A room. We was in the B room. He was working on Street Hop. So Elijah Day, little bold, energetic ass, and nigga hesitate. It was like Royce in the next room. And he was like, what? Boom, run out our shit. Bow, walk right into Royce's shit. No knock, no nothing.
Just bust up in that bitch.
Yes. Kick the door in that motherfucker. Nigga, we next door, we recording your voice, we want you to hear our shit. And this nigga was like, if y'all are whack, all y'all motherfuckers gotta go. Fuck that. You know, now you busting in my session, if you trash, I'm putting you out. It was like, all right, then fuck that, because we not whack. You know, and then he just ended up taking us into the, you know, he came into our room or whatever and listened, you know, to the shit that we was doing. Long story short, we ended up rapping for him for damn near like 12 hours. My nigga Marshall was out with a bitch. J Pick was out with a bitch. Wouldn't answer the phone. you know, until like 1 in the morning. I'm trying to come up here. He was like, nope.
Too late now, nigga.
Right.
you done missed all the fun, nigga.
You know, I'll come around now. So we was like, nope. We just ended up rapping for him. He was like, we gotta be a group. We should. He played us Onslaught, which was like the very first Slaughterhouse song.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, y'all should be a group, you know, because y'all are like y'all like us, but younger. It's 4 of y'all, it's 4 of us, y'all younger. So y'all should just be a group. And we was like, I bet. And then we kind of took the momentum from that. We was trending in that direction, you feel me? But we took the momentum and the stamp from that situation and like made it real.
So wait, so what year was this? 2009?
Hell no, this was before 09. This had to be like 08. This was in 08.
So when did y'all drop y'all's first album as a group?
Dropped our first mixtape in 09.
Okay.
Then we dropped Departure EP in 2010. And then we dropped Detroit Revolution with Get No Better on it in 2012.
I'm glad you said that.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't talk CSF without Gets No Better. I'm sorry. It just has to be that way.
That shit right now.
You said what?
Let me see the view count. What's it at now? Ooh!
Hello.
Ooh. You feel me?
Almost 9 years later. Look at damn. 60 million views, nigga.
Damn, I wish I was rich off that bitch.
Hey, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about that in a second. We're gonna talk about it in a second. We're gonna talk about it. But for the people who are not familiar, this is Gets No Better. This is, you know, the song that kind of took him to that next level. We're gonna talk about that here in a second. Boom.
Yo, check. Look. Chickity check it, brought the soul back to the home team. Motown, I can't just see my team is supreme. Diana, welcome to the solar system of the forces. You running in a circle, we just chewing on your orbit.
Forfeit, forget over. Heimlich maneuver. Me and my niggas will make the cut like we knew how you boost a future brighter than whatever you could imagine. Imagine the forces with you, running the red like arachnids. Tarantulas, say-legged, gargantuous animal, cause the maximum damage with my tongue and an animal.
While we be focused on our salary lettuce and bring the croutons, I'm trying to have a $1 bill salad right on Obama's lawn. Let you be the pawn with my niggas playing hooky while my paper double triple like LeBron as a rookie.
I'm feeling better than the veterans. I use the booth as my pulpit. I'm a reverend. On the road where you can find us, not gassed up. The shit is $4, so we avoid pumps. We serving rappers like they ordered it. Till we post on blogs, post up and loiter in. The story ends where ours begins, and I flip the page. In the park shooting jumpers while others was flipping yay. No Cartiers, couple of J's and reading comics. Could've labeled me a nerd with slam bitches in the closet. Awesome, left the city early, they forgot him. Now I come from 2 worlds, but the city know I got him. Went from smelling crack smoker that busted house to our neighbors. They're really seeing black folk, the only nigga turning in papers.
Cause it's a new era, no American apparel, no Lucifer in my levels, eradicating these devils from out of my airspace. Take a hit, take a listen, did I mention we the new free base? Spin around,
listen, nigga.
Look straight, this is lyrical hypnosis, toting this 45 and sagging cause of the host, the world's weight up on my shoulder, nuts is about as big as boulders.
They dropping like roller coasters, you bagging up at that Kroger, trying to meet a fucking quota. Give it up, my nigga, it's over, get it knocking like Jehovah. Who colder? My shit is cryogenic, I'm locked in the clinic. Woo whipping, come get me, yeah, make sure all these niggas is finished.
Yes sir, let's get into it, it's only right I get it in. Your gal mind open like she took the pill for Limitless. Taught to reach for the stars when we was little kids. Now it's smoke clouds cause the sky is what the limit is.
Now let it thump, in the trunk,
to show the world we riders who won't take it. Just light it up. Man, fucking hate it, don't get no better. No better, don't get no better. No better, don't get no better. No better, don't get no better. No better than this. Heavy mentally. The mic I am dismembering, I spit it for my niggas. We kill it with verbal symmetry. You just be a memory. With the pen, I'm a blessing, trying to steal my secret good book. Call that shit deception, my conception was immaculate. So this is Rap the Reynolds. No, you mad, cause they listen and you can't afford a rental. Face it sour as a
bread, the only thing that's on the menu. The blind lead the blind. Open up your windows. Take a breath of fresh air that we can give you in this game. We just niggas trying to blow, we on Nintendo.
Parental advisory, advising me is simple. Just keep me 100 miles away from an instrumental. My influential flows, get in my mouth on her pantyhose. Grandiose, spit it till cameo is a cameo. I hope you can fight well, ain't going nowhere. I'm Shine Mike out, turn it up and switch in music, yo ass.
Go ahead, we got this rap shit down to a mad science. The biochemist, everything I write hard. Hieroglyphics, welcome to the round table where we plot on our challenges. King Arthur of the art, which is written with Excalibur. Jet lag mixed with hiatus. Gamma fly beta was born with an ultimatum. Right to become the greatest or become a statistic listed with averages and tables. Proving the illustration. The picture they paint is we animals. Lock us in cages. No zoos, just a concrete jungle. We fucking made it, not. For my team, I'll be a martyr. This shit is hard body, nigga. Tony Stark armor.
Yeah, now let it thump, 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 thump. In the trunk.
Just show the world we riders who won't take it. Just light it up. Man, fucking hate it, don't get no better. No better, don't get no better. No better, don't get no better. No better, don't get no better. No better.
It goes winter, fall, spring, summer. Let's show the whole world what they can't take from us. Let's show the whole world what they can't take from us. Let's show the whole world what they can't take from us. Babe, keep doing that shit. J-Rock, keep doing that shit. My nigga L.A.Z, keep doing that shit. My bro Games, keep doing that shit. Illaz, keep doing that shit. The CSF, keep doing that shit. The Frank Miller, keep doing that shit.
So you know what's funny about that, bro? Like when I was first meeting y'all, like, so I had heard you guys because if I remember correctly, like this really took off on Facebook going viral, right? And so I was familiar with you, but it's like I couldn't really find y'all's music. And so I was like, man, Crusoe Forces, that name sound familiar. And so it's my white partner John Teller. And like when he saw the flyer for me doing the show with y'all in Oakland, in the Bay Area, they was like, yo, you rocking with Crusoe Forces? I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, check them out. So I went back and did as much research as I could. And when I met you niggas, I heard you niggas, I was confused as fuck because a lot part of y'all video, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was rapping each other's verses. It like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it took me a while to like catch y'all's verse, catch y'all's, like, it took me a while to catch y'all's voices. You know what I'm saying? And so like, yeah, anyway. So look, first of all, that song is an absolutely fucking classic. I know that's one of the joints that you cannot get away with not performing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like we y'all all together. And if I'm not mistaken, there was some wasn't there like, okay, so first of all, how'd you come up with that song, right? Like whose idea was it to like come up with that video being shot like that? Whose idea was it to like, some people rap 4 bars, some people rap 8, some people rap 12, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of going back and forth. Just to create a process in that song. And like, wasn't there like some issues with like samples being cleared, and that was like some industry type shit that kind of, you know what I'm saying, stopped y'all up a little bit?
Because, I mean, just so niggas know, we the ones that cleared the sample. We just did that. That's why that shit is on streaming platforms now. Mm-hmm. Can Kick, we had sent it to him because I found the beat. I was looking for beats, you know, just in general. And I found the, because there's 3 songs on there that are over Can Kick's beats on that album. That One Time for the Dreamers, Stack Your Paper, and Get No Better are Can Kick beats. Mm. Those were on a beat tape that I found on the internet called Seeing Spirits. Mm. And our manager at the time had a line on Can Kick. So he was able to establish a line of communication between us and him. We sent him the joint. He was like, oh man, this shit is fire. This shit is dope, you know, and it's like, that should be 50-50 on the blame and shit. You feel me? We ain't know no better. We ain't had no label. We ain't had nobody. Manager that we had lived in fucking New York. We lived in Detroit. So we just kind of like just had carte blanche to do whatever the fuck we wanted to for real, no matter if we had management or not.
Right.
We ain't had no handlers. You feel me?
Right.
So that nigga co-signed the track, thought that shit was dope. It came out, the album came out. Then he reneged, you know, and basically wanted to, I don't want to say it was more or less just like wanting to find out what the deal is, you know, like as far as like, I didn't know this was going to be like a release. This was on my beat tape kind of shit, you know, and it's like, at that point, we didn't know the shit was out. It was blowing up, nigga, you know, like, we know how I handle that shit. So we tell this nigga and our management, we connect them, they supposed to figure something out. Nothing ever happens. Then diss tracks start dropping and shit, and he's calling us thieves for stealing the song and shit. But it's like, how we steal the song, you know, if this shit is like blowing up, you know, like it was just a weird situation. I feel like we was young, but when push comes to shove, years later, we get, he claimed it on YouTube, you know, so it's like any royalties or any money that was ever made off of that shit outside of like the first 2-3 times, they all belong to Can Kick. You know, so it's like he kind of took it, you know, and we ain't know how to go about that. So we just kept on making music and was like, fuck this nigga. You know, we just kept on.
So this song came out on Detroit Revolution. So was it a problem with like after it was already out on the album? Like, does he get right? So he get all the rights to that too, for that he got from Detroit Revolution?
Just the YouTube video. He just claimed the YouTube. Because we didn't even have none of that shit in order. We didn't have our publishing in order. We ain't had none of that shit in order. So it was nothing there to even happen outside of that shit being on a Bandcamp page.
Got you. So I remember it might have been last year, whatever, this pandemic threw everything off. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it was 2019, maybe 2020. What was it like when it finally got put on streamers? That's when the sample got cleared? Yeah,
we did that. Like for him. Like we did that for him. Because he couldn't legally eat off of it either, because he sampled some Brazilian nigga who my man Theo, who handles our publishing, shout out Pro Sound Media, found the nigga coming off a boat in Brazil. Oh man, how many views this shit got? Yeah, I'll sign off on it. It's a Brazilian artist. You know, he signed off on it. We figured it out. So there could even be bread to be broken on the record. Can Kick's whole standing was, no, y'all can't. This my song. But him and the label that he put it out under also didn't clear the sample.
So, bro, it's funny because I've never cleared a fucking sample in my life, and I really don't see. Now, granted, I ain't never had nothing with 17 million views either. I'm underground as a motherfucker.
That shit got to that point where it's
like I'm underground as a motherfucker, and most of my sales come hand to hand. Like everything, I got 15 projects, ain't none of that shit, and it's on streamers or whatever. But I get it. I ain't never had 17 million spends on nothing. So, did y'all ever offer him to buy the beat?
You said what?
Did y'all ever offer to buy the beat outright so you can have it?
He blessed us with it. He was like, this shit is fire.
He gave you the beat, and when it blew up, he reneged. But I'm saying it's like, well, look, take a rack. Take a rack then. Get off my back. You know what I'm saying? You think that, or you think he was just being petty?
He was just being petty. I remember one time I was working at this paint company, and he was emailing us. You know, I told that nigga, like I emailed him, bruh, I'm a fucking man. Quit all that kid shit. Here's my number. Let's chop, figure it out. And then I don't remember if he sent me back like middle finger emoji or was like, fuck you, nigga. But, you know, basically he deaded the shit. And then at that point, I was just like, well, fuck you too, man.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
So Detroit Revolution came out on Rappers I Know, right?
Yeah.
That shit with Frank William Miller Jr.
Yeah. That was our manager.
Yeah. What was it like working with him? I only know of him. We've spoken a couple of times on Facebook, but I know of him because of the work he did with Little Brother back in the G and just his social media presence. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's he like?
And Frank cool, man. That's my man. Frank is cool as hell. I got a lot of respect for him. He told us coming in the door his strong points and his weak points, which a lot of people won't do. Niggas in his position tell you they can do every damn thing.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
he didn't do that, you know. So he had like his man Damien. You ever heard this hip hop group called the Chaotix?
Yes.
Yeah, Damian Randall from Chaotix was like our day-to-day manager, and then Frank was more like a dot connector and a graphic designer, like a creative designer.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
So all y'all got different styles. All four of y'all got different styles. One side, like different styles, different flows. Like you could tell who the producer is. Producers always have different flows when it comes to pockets. So you know Elijah's flow. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody. So when y'all in the studio cooking up, like what's the creative process with all these rappers with different flows, different styles, and how y'all able to cook up? You know what I'm saying? Like some dope shit. Like who does what? I'm assuming with Elijah being the producer and him being the energetic one, I'm assuming he's coming up with like a lot of the ideas. But like, what's that work process? You know, when y'all was putting together music.
You know, sometimes somebody will have a hook. Sometimes we'll have beats that was already there. You know, that he had sent through. So we'll pull up, and somebody will just have an idea for it already. Sometimes we'll just figure it out right there. You know, and it's like we was just putting together joints like that more often than not. Sometimes it'll make it right then and there. We freestyling, laughing, joking, you know, and then it's like it'll just come about on the organic tip too. It wasn't like one set way where it's just like, oh, we doing this like this every single time.
Right. When I was in the group, so when I was in high school, I was rapping with this dude named Nicosi, and he, you know what I'm saying? So my dad, you know, was a gospel singer, thing of that nature. So he had like an 8-track recorder, you know what I'm saying? And he had like the little equipment that he would let us record on. And so it took us the summer of 2001. It took us all summer to record 4 songs, and neither one of them, I like them, but they was probably shitty now if you listen to them. But like he made the beats, and like I knew how to record on an analog recorder. And so he went to college in Morehouse, you know what I'm saying? And it just so happened that one of the dudes he was real cool with at Morehouse was from Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying? So we all became a group, just kind of like, he was like, yeah, I met this nigga from Baton Rouge. And this is before I'd even decided to go to Southern, but it all just kind of worked out. And so we were just, we were a trio. I'm like, okay, all right. So Coast, in high school, he played saxophone, he used to sing, he could rap real good, and he made beats. So he was like our quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He was our quarterback. He came up with the ideas, and we would just write the rhymes. Irvin was more like he rapped like a professor, like real, like kind of long verse, like whatever. And I'm just, you know, you see me, I'm the energy nigga, straight to the point.
Right.
But like, but most of the ideas like came from Coast. Like he was the quarterback, like or the point guard or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? He would write the beat. So pretty much all I had to do was fucking write my rhymes. And it's funny because me and Coast was in band, but we was counting bars wrong, which we should have known how to count bars. Like, so for us, a bar was 8. I mean, a bar was 2 measures.
Yeah.
So niggas is rapping. So a 16-bar verse for us was 32 bars, and there's 3 of us. Nigga, I saw it was goddamn 6 minutes. You know, like,
right.
Was, you know what I'm saying? But you know, but we should have known better because we was in the band. We should have known that the bar is the same thing as a goddamn measure, whatever. But so yeah, okay, I'm gonna skip that one. All right. So I met you niggas on tour. And what was the name of the tour? Huh? I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna leave it there. I met you niggas on tour. What was the name of that tour again? Was it the
And what was the name of it?
It was promoting the album. It dropped. The album dropped like right when y'all finished.
Still.
What was the name of that tour?
Foreplay tour.
Yes, Foreplay tour, right?
Foreplay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because it was featuring novels and things of the nature, right?
Yeah.
And I met. It was funny because like, you know, we met and we clicked real quick because we spent about 3 or 4 days together in the Bay Area, and then that next week, y'all was in New Orleans, and I saw y'all again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, and I'm, you know, like for me, bro,
Bless you.
I travel all across the country by myself, right? My partner Mark Dub be with me when I'm driving, but when I'm flying, you see, I'm out here dolo. Like you know what I'm saying? If I get on a plane, I'm dolo. When I did my tour in 2019, I did all fucking 6,000 miles dolo, 2 weeks straight. You know what I'm saying? So when I was in my group, we broke up before we really started doing a whole bunch of shows. So like, as a person that's been in the group the majority of his career, what's the best part and what's the worst parts of touring with a group, with a whole bunch of niggas? Like what's the best part? What's the worst part of it?
I don't know. I can't even imagine at this point, like touring by myself. That shit seemed boring.
Oh man.
You know, like
really. So you ain't even got nothing to judge it to.
Yeah, you know, like because even like when we put together a tour for the Illaz, it was like, you know, I was still with my people.
Right.
You know, I just believe in music. I believe in music as being communal. It's all I know, you know. So like I write my songs by myself, but like if I'm mobbing out of town, you know, I'm shot trips by myself, you know, like, but if I'm going out of town and trying to put plays together, I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm just blessed there, you know, like my man's Green to come, Illadope to come. You know, and the times when I done been at A3C Festival by myself. I done been at South by Southwest by myself. And that's cool too. That's cool too. But I just feel like I'm never covering enough ground.
So I'm my only child. So for me, like being self-motivated and like just getting up and moving is just my thing. And like that's so for me, I was always the person similar to how I am now. So it just kind of made sense that I was a facilitator. But like I'm the type of person, I look outside, I see whatever ain't nobody doing, and I try to create that shit. So many times I'm the first person doing it, and I be trying to bring my niggas in. Where I'm at, see, you guys are blessed to be in Detroit that has like a goddamn national. Y'all have a hip hop scene, y'all have a hip hop legacy, whatever. You know,
right?
Baton Rouge, like does not have that shit. So when you talk about like underground Baton Rouge hip hop shit, I'm the only one like moving at this level. And so I don't really have peers, right? You guys are blessed to have top tier talent in one group on top of, you know what I'm saying, the D12 legacy, the Slum Village legacy, the goddamn from Big Sean to goddamn T Grizzly and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, when it comes to hip hop, it's me. Everything else is street shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, if I was to take someone with me, it's my little partner or it's somebody be helping out. Like I never had like, so the only person I tour with is Alfred. And Alfred's like damn near 10 years younger than me, but that nigga popping though. He doing his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we like he's 8 years younger than me, but we came in the game together. And he's the only because everything else would be we just kind of holding a nigga hand. And so like, you know, and whatever. So that's why I thought it was dope to like watch how y'all rocked or whatever. So yeah. Okay, well. I'm gonna go back to this thing. I was thinking about me, you, Tori, and Green when we did that show in Indiana when wasn't nobody there. And
we were just talking about that the other day too. How good chicken was. Nobody there. Nobody in there that had good ass chicken, and then the strip club. And I hit that white girl. Y'all shot the music video outside. Like we had fun as a bitch before not to be a show popular. So Detroit was the show was in Ferndale, right? Yeah.
So we did. Okay, so that was live. I got off that night. I was getting busy. I had on my mind. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm about to. These niggas seen me. I done lost 30 pounds. This nigga seen me, so I had it on my mind. You know what I'm saying? But like that show was live as shit. And then we went to Indiana, and that show was not live as shit. And I remember I fucked with Green hard about it. Like I don't even be on some support the troops type shit, but I fuck with Green because when I was like, can I say fuck Donald Trump? That white dude started bucking a little bit. You know what I mean? It was like, no, whatever. And I'm trying to joke about the shit. This nigga Green was like, what did he say? Well, I'm a Marine and I'm gonna protect this First Amendment or some shit. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, support my nigga. Like, Green was like, nah, he gonna say that shit. You know what I'm saying? But then after that, we went to that whack ass strip club. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck it, we out here, now. You know what I'm saying? So we went to that whack ass strip club. When you pulled up, hit that girl car, and I didn't realize she was a stripper. Like I didn't realize
she wasn't bad like a stripper.
No, she wasn't. You know, I'm not here to body shame, but she wasn't what people would traditionally associate with stripper. And you hit her car or whatever, and I was just like, oh shit, go in there. And I remember going in there. And like y'all was getting kind of zooted at the bar. You was like, man, get a drink. I said, man, I ain't drinking no more. You said, man, well, come fuck with me then. And so I'm at the bar, I'm like on my phone or something, y'all leave and y'all don't come back. And then Victoria was like, man, we already shooting the video. I said, what? Because y'all had because the name of the song y'all was shooting was Shangri-La. And the name of the strip club was called Shangri-La.
Right.
I said, oh, these are wild niggas, bro. That shit was fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit was wild, bro. Shout out to Green, man. Shout out to Illaz, bro. Yeah, so tell me about the Illaz, bro. Tell me about the Illaz.
It's just like, I don't even know what that shit means anymore. You know, like I'm contemplating not even having a rap name or just giving myself another one. Everybody says my rap name wrong, so now I'm just coming up with rap names. Big Luke Charles is the newest one I just came up with the other day. Big Luke Charles, from Flows for Days, from King Zito, Young L.A.Z, 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 whatever, you know, like I didn't
what do L.A.Z stand for?
Live among zealots. Zealots are the riders for Christ. You feel me? I feel like I'm a person of the people, and I work well with people, you know. And
I agree.
I don't never feel like I've been done dirty by the people, you know. But for whatever reason, it's just like the name not special enough. It means something to me, but like Googling and shit, it don't do nothing, you know. And that part matters too. So that's kind of like why I just been like, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna have like 100 rap names. If the one I have don't work when you typing it and shit, then I'm gonna just have 100 of these bitches, and then y'all could just Google all of them, whoever rock with me.
Well, whatever pop up. So
yeah.
So I know Tori is also he also lived in Colorado Springs. Did you?
Yeah.
So, but you guys didn't do music together when y'all was younger. Y'all didn't really link up.
I didn't even know that nigga. I didn't even know him. I didn't meet him until we was doing our very first mixtape, and my homegirl that we both went, we got a mutual friend named Alicia Andrews, and she, you know, I said I need somebody to master a mixtape. She tagged them, and that's how I met Illaz. I was living in Detroit at this point. I ain't know him before then, you know. But to like circle back to it, bro, like I honestly been trying to like make sense out of it, but it's starting to make more sense to me as to what the Illaz is. And it's just like, it's really more so a collective. Musically, it's when me and Illaz make music. You know, musically, that's what it is. But like, as a thing, it's like me and all my friends, you know, like my mom is in the Illaz. You know, my big sister in the Illaz, she contribute. My lady in the Illaz. My little homie Cisco, you know, make beats and he be around. He's in the Illaz. Mm-hmm. You know, Green is in the Illaz. My man Macville, who mastered, who mixed No Paperwork EP, he's in the Illaz.
Gotcha.
You know, so it's just like whoever is around that's like really, really gang. who really out here.
There we go. There we go. So look, you said your mom is in the Illaz. One of the coolest parts of that night was watching her perform with you when we was at the show in Ferndale. You know what I'm saying? When I did my show up there. So look, his mom's really rap. So I want to show everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the Illaz, people under Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Something serious.
But something serious.
Something serious. About to make you hoes delirious. Yeah. If you pump it in the Jeep, it's gon' rock right.
True.
On my mama, I'ma show them what it do.
If you pump it in the Jeep, it's gon' rock right.
True.
On my son, I'ma show you what it do.
Got me on the beats like a metronome. Give them pink slips, tell them let it go. Tell them make some room for the professionals.
Hustle hard with my Detroit flow, I won't stop till I'm sitting on the couch on the Ellen show.
I let them know it's 10,000 hours I approach. All them lines that I encroach goes down like ski slopes. Bro flags and golf, my raps get scorched, no pass, fallbacks and interludes. The realest shit is bad.
Back like I never left, I'm so deaf. 52 and funkified and still got your nigga pressed.
Rowdy crowd rockers in the party overdressed. Got my swagger on $1 million plus a fresh pair of steps. Adidas with 3 stripes or the Nike check. Smelling like ooh la la, I'm twisting up the best.
I'm the best new MC in the game. Won't stop climbing the ladder till I reach my fame. I'm something serious. Who? And this is my son. What? L.A.Z. We in this bitch. Yeah. And this is people under Detroit. Yeah. Bitches.
It's crazy, bro, because my mom would never, like, she not into hip hop. She don't listen to my music. Yeah. I'm 37 years old. She don't like to hear me cuss. Like, never. I mean, that's so dope, man. That was one of the coolest. Like, real talk, bro. I tour a lot, bro, and that was one of the coolest shits I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? The way she was rocking, the fam was there, the energy was great. She got some more stuff with y'all. Man, she gonna be on some any other Illaz shit. Any other things you got going on?
I don't know.
She gonna walk off the top, right? She got one joint. She like, you know what? I'm done. I've done my part for the culture.
I don't know. I never thought about it. I might get some drops from her or something, or get her to drop a verse on some shit. I don't know.
Detroit was, you know what I'm saying? You know, inspired by people under the stairs. You know what I'm saying? So. Could you talk about how, you know, people understand? I forgot I text you when it happened. I forgot my man's name, but my guy that was a part of, he passed away recently. Could you you know, tell the people why you guys wanted to do a song like kind of dedicated to people under the stairs? Like, whose idea was that, and just kind of how did that come together?
That was Illaz idea. You know, like, I ain't get it at first, you know, because like I seen him perform once at Movement Fest. It's like a techno festival downtown Detroit. You feel me? I seen him perform there, and that was crazy. You know, like, they killed it. And that was the only time that I like really heard them. Like, I knew about them. I call Illaz talking shit, because as soon as I walked in, they was like, people on the stairs are about to perform. So I hit up Illaz. Ha ha, I'm about to watch your favorite group. Ha 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 ha, you're not here. Click. You know, and it's just like, he would play their songs, like, when I would see him. I ain't really care for it, you know, because it's like, I'm more, especially at that point, it's like, I'm more lyrical. Like, these niggas not raw, you know, like.
It ain't aggressive at all. If it ain't aggressive shit, that shit super laid back.
Yeah, you know, so it's like, I ain't get it at first, you know, and it's like, I don't know, man, like, the beats was dope. He had this beat tape, 10 Years of That's One, and he would always play it, and, you know, I listen to it, I'd be like, man, it's fire, And it just ended up being one of them things, you feel me, where it's like, man, I want to do something over it. And then he was like, you should do something over it. So I started, I just didn't want to listen to none of their stuff. Because I didn't want to sound like that. So I didn't want no outside noise. So I ain't never even listened to People Under the Stairs until after I wrote that project.
Mm.
You know, but it was like on purpose because I didn't want to, no, like, it's That's One and Double K. You know, so I didn't want to be on there saying whack shit like, and I'm the one like this, you know.
Right. I got 2Ks like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you know.
I got 2Ks like, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to be on there saying whack shit, you know. So I'd rather just stay ignorant. I just choose ignorance. Bless you. You know, go ahead.
No. I'm saying, they co-signed it though. I remember when like I was doing the rollout, and I remember like didn't they co-sign the project?
Yeah, both of them. It's like,
that's
man,
what's up, man. That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
That's like what they changed the way I operate, man. People on stairs changed my life. Damn that.
What you mean?
The ghost to me. They changed the way that I operate, and I just view music as a whole, just because of the family aspect. Like, by learning to understand it, you know, it was just like, by learning to understand it, it was like, I get it, you know, I finally get it. I see why people rock with them, you know. It's like, they tell people to call them Mike and Chris. They like the homies, you know, and it's like, for me, just like, as an artist, that's where I always struggled, because it's like, I don't have no angle. That's why, you know, it's like I admire Pusha T, because it's like he found the angle and could just like be that one. I'm just a nigga who raps about crack.
Right.
That's
right.
it.
Right.
You know, like I admire one trick ponies.
Oh wow, okay.
Because I'm not one.
Okay.
So for a nigga to take the same thing and flip it like 1,000 different ways over a 20-year span, that's amazing, bro. That's like, you know, like, I don't know, like, and he actually talented, you know, but I never felt like that was something that I could do, because I don't have an ethos and just like, these 4 things embody who I feel like I am. You know, like, I don't have no elevator pitch. I'm a human being. You feel me?
Got you.
And like, more nigga, you fuck with me or not? Like, how the fuck is I'm supposed to explain who I am and what I'm about in like 15 seconds? I don't know how to do that shit. You know, like,
I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, but it's like, what I seen with People Under the Stairs is like, they was just the homies, you know, and that can be enough. You can package and resell your humanity as opposed to your persona, you know, and that for me was like huge, just seeing them like chill with niggas as people, as opposed to as their persona.
But you know what? It's so funny, man. Like, my wife can tell you, bro, I really hate, I want Marcel P. Black to be respected, but I hate attention.
Yeah.
I hate attention because you're Marcel P. Black. Like between me and you, man, me and my wife been talking about moving to Tulsa since last summer, right? Yeah. We just announced it yesterday, and a part of my anxiety was all the comments, all the texts, all the posts, and you know, I started to think about, man, what if I just said it like, nigga, week before I leave, it just dipped, right? My wife was like, you can't do that because so many people love you out here, you know what I'm saying? Or like, right. Like for me, bro, like when I perform, like, and this is what I had to learn from Alpha. Like when I perform, dog, I be in warrior mode, and if it was up to me, I'd go back to the fucking green room for the rest of the night. I don't really want to talk to nobody. But for me, I have to turn that on because I'm very uncomfortable when people approach me as Marcel P. Black. Like, I'm very, you know what I'm saying? But and because for me, and I think that's kind of the way the game is, because for me, like, I'm always being myself, right? Like I'm out like, I like strip clubs, I like polo, you know what I'm saying? I believe the black woman is God. I like vegan food, you know what I'm saying? I like Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't like over vocals rap. You know what I'm saying? I like conscious rap. I like gang. Like this is who I am, like as a person. But like I got homies and homegirls too. They like when I was not first trying to rap, but you know, when I wasn't as involved in my career as I am now, I was just a nigga trying to rap. But it is people who like I was really close to and had like real relationships with. But the more matriculated as an artist, now you Marcel P. Black. Like, no, nigga, I'm the same nigga that was sleeping on your couch. Like, it's so like that type of love, like that type of love makes people uncomfortable. Okay, I'm gonna give you another example. So, in hindsight, I made a post talking about something that doesn't matter, and this dude now was kind of going back and forth about the post on Facebook, and he got a little spicy with me. He got a little spicy. I don't know Buddy. I ain't never met Buddy before. Like, I don't bother nobody. I don't go at nobody top. I don't. He got a little spicy with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, and I wasn't feeling it that day. And like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Since my past part of my grief, it's made me kind of irritable. And so, I try to cut shit before it get too far. So we going back and forth. I don't know this nigga. I've never seen this nigga. He don't want to fight. And so I blocked him, right?
Right.
I blocked him. I just didn't want to talk about this shit no more. I didn't want to go back. I said what I had to say. I don't care about you. And so I put up like a new, piece of content or whatever, trying to announce I'm about to drop some shit. And I checked my fan pages. And I blocked him on a regular Facebook profile, but he done went to every fan page I got and like tagged me. And he's like going off about this. It's funny because he was like flood his fan pages and tell him me such. And he had like 4 comments. That was just like, this ain't it, thug. But he wouldn't do that shit if I wasn't a rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know this nigga for him to know that I'm a rapper. I've never had a conversation with him before. I don't know him. I don't know how we friends. We ain't never spoke before. So I don't even know how this nigga knows, he doesn't know me. And I guess this is me being naive with my reach or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, but he wouldn't have did like nigga tried to cancel me or whatever he was trying to do. And it didn't work. It totally backfired. I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care because nobody wants to fight anymore. You know what I'm saying? You like to fight. That's why we got to hang together. You like to fight. I heard about you like to fight. But but you know what I'm saying? And so like that stuff really makes me like, bro, like talk to me like I'm a human being. But I guess,
right.
It by no means am I famous or anything like that. I'm like the most known unknown, you know what I'm saying? Or at least to me, maybe in my head or whatever. But it's just weird. So I get what you're saying, like, and for me, bro, like me matriculating as an artist is because I got a reliable relationship. Because I'm the fucking homie. Like every bit of beef that I'm 37 years old, bro. Like, got a wife and 2 kids. I'll be married for 11 years next month. Like, a teacher, nigga, with thick ass glasses, bro. Like, every single beef I've ever had with a nigga in my adult life is people are mad over rap shit. And it's not because I did something to them. Right. It's not because I whatever. It's not because I took any money from you. It's not because I kept you from getting the show. It's not because I dissed you. It's you're mad at rap. And it's like, bro, like real talk, like, I don't know. And that shit can't weigh on your fucking mental health. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first got back from tour, that's one thing you checked in with me about it. You said, bro, how you doing mentally? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like how you doing mentally? And I was just like, I was happy because everything fell apart. You know what I'm saying? Me and Chris stopped talking. Toy wasn't able to come on the situation. Backseat had to back out the situation. And everything I had planned for 6 months went down the drain. I still did the tour. I came back in the black. It was a successful tour. So I was good. And I remember he was telling me like, shit was real. You know what I'm saying? On y'all's tour. You know what I'm saying? And he would check in with me. I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? You was like, because I want to say you just got back from y'all just got back from Europe.
Yeah.
Y'all got back from Europe right before I left to go on tour or whatever. And I remember you was telling me, so like y'all did some long ass tours and you was with a whole lot of people. Like, do you mind talking about that? Because you asked me like how you mentally. So like after those tours, man, like being mentally exhausted, man, you want to speak to that?
I mean, it's just touring is not real life. That shit not real life. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my hoodie. I'm cold. I'm low key cold. Hold on.
Look at you, nigga. Look at you.
Sorry.
I ain't never had nigga walk up 3 times in an interview.
Sorry.
You the first one. You the only one. You was real, because I'm gonna fuck with you. Really Out Your Podcast, man. Plus, of course, is the Illaz, Marcel P. Black. You know what I'm saying? It's Michigan, so I guess niggas are still cold up there. What's the weather like up there?
Yeah, the heat not on. You feel me? It's like 30-some degrees up. I was trying to hold it together.
It's still 30 degrees up there?
Yeah, especially at night. It be cold, man.
Niggas, 85 is a bitch out here, boy. I guess I be taking shit for
granted.
I
wish. It's cold up here. You feel me? So
I got you. My fault. It's cold out here in the street. That hoodie dope, by the way.
Sweater.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Never stop flowing.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So tell me about the tour life, the other side of tour life, because everybody did this shit sweet, bro. Niggas, dog, real talk. You got to be built for this. You got to be built to fucking tour, bro. And niggas think this shit is sweet. So speak to that. Speak to that.
You do, because it's not real life.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like touring in Europe. That shit super not real life. You know, you could barely communicate with people. It's just like your days are so regimented. It's not even free. You know, it's way less glamorous than people give it credit for. You know, and maybe like I'm sitting here talking to you and shit. It's like maybe it's like that because you with a group. So it's more about control because you got to keep motherfuckers on task. You know, it's probably different, probably a whole different freedom being out, you know, by yourself and shit. And that just sparked a light in my head. Like, man,
100%. 100%. That's why I was asking you that earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what's it like? But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it just sparked a light in my head. Like, man, when this shit open back up, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go everywhere by myself. Fuck it, you know, and just see what it feels like and see what it's like, you know. But
I love it. It's great.
Like, it seems interesting now.
It's hard work, but I think it'll be easy for you though. It'll be easy if you've done it for all these years with all these people. It'll be easy for you, bro.
Right. Because regardless, no matter where I step, I know how I'm cut.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, dog. It's just about tapping in with the real niggas, the realest niggas. Like, you know, Marcy, you know your man Science in Brooklyn, you know me, you know Bree, you know Jay lately. It's just about linking up and tapping in with all the real niggas in every city you go to, and they're gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it.
For real. And you know, like, I don't know, like touring is just like you're not sleeping that much. When you are sleeping, you in a bus seat. You in a car. You on a plane. You wake up. You know, we got 2 hours here. You know, so it's just like you gotta love yourself to tour effectively. Otherwise, you'll fall apart. It's so easy to fall apart on the road. It's so easy to cut so fast, and it's so much of it is about the schedule and maintaining a regimen and just staying on schedule, you know. So like prioritizing yourself in the midst of that, you know, even when you're with a group, any semblance of prioritizing yourself first is like detrimental to the whole shit.
Right.
You know.
No, I feel that, and that's where that would be something I would have to, you know. I'm so used to doing shit by my own, because it's like, I don't know, bro. For me, dog, everything is about completing the task. Like all the other shit, all that shit is like superfluous, nigga. I be about completing the task, and So my frustration would be when niggas be going against the shit that we agreed to do. You know what I'm saying? And so one of the perks of moving by myself is, nigga, I'm super disciplined on the road. I used to, I'm gonna tell you, bro, I used to every show out, and I wouldn't bring back no money. I had checked myself, bro. I used to, if I got 4 shows on the road, nigga, every city I'm going to, I'm buying some sneakers, I'm gonna get some crazy fucking meals, and I'm hit the strip club, and then do the same thing over and over. I just spent up all my money. You know what I'm saying? So then when I went on my tour, nigga, literally, I tried to book all my shows early. I tried to eat, regular. I tried to sleep as long as I could. You know what I'm saying? I stopped drinking. I changed my whole diet and shit. My whole goal was to get to the hotel as early as I possibly can. I was trying to get the hotel early as I possibly can and leave as late as I can to make sure I got as much rest as I could. You know what I'm saying? I didn't talk so I could keep my voice. All that other type of stuff, bro. It was just yeah. So for me, like, and so I can imagine being annoyed if you with other niggas who are not disciplined at all. I'm not saying the people in your group. I'm just saying in general. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody else who might move a little different from you. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine that shit could get on your nerves. Speaking of this group, bro, I gotta ask, brother. I gotta ask. Y'all dropped, you know what I'm saying, Courses With You on 313, 313 last year. You know what I'm saying? And then shortly thereafter, I started seeing all the different posts about the group was breaking up. Now, I see y'all still support each other. I see y'all still showing each other love on all social media. Y'all talking. Man, if you know this, I know this is getting a little more personal, but I'm as a fan of CSF, as a fan of all of you guys individually, and as your friend, I'm just curious, bro. Like, what's going on with the? So, as much as you feel like sharing, like, what kind of like made you want to take a step back from CSF, and then what's the future of the group moving forward?
I mean, for me, I just was telling you, like, to put yourself first is detrimental, in the aspect when you live your entire existence in a group setting, so it's like, if this is always supposed to be first and at the forefront of my life, then it requires my homeboys' attention in a way that's abnormal. Like on some man shit is abnormal. Well, Netflix didn't answer his phone and now I can't. Like, that's bitch shit. I'm in my 30s. I don't need to be living like that.
I got you.
Like, and I feel like that's something that's like niggas know and understand that. It's seasons in your life that are supposed to be dedicated to certain things. It's like I run a move-in and delivery business out here in Michigan with Emil. And it's like I look up and I see that in the year and some change, ever since we done hung up CSF and put that shit on the back burner, my business been flourishing.
I want to say y'all was just really starting when I was out there. Y'all was just kind of getting it popping.
We had the company for 3 years prior to that.
Right. Okay.
But it's just like, that was the genesis of us being like, man, we should, like really put our heads, there's a real thing. Moving never slowed down. I lost, we were supposed to go on tour with Royce. We were supposed to go on a European tour, and we were supposed to do a US tour. We lost 3 tours. Lost every show I was supposed to have in March of last year. I made more money than what I would have made being on the road, staying at home and running my own business and maintaining the same freedom. Whereas before, it's like, when my attention is split, you feel me? Because it's like I play a role on the back end. I play such a big role on the back end with Clear Soul Force that it eats off the plate of my other endeavors.
Right.
You feel it shifts my focus. So my focus, I don't be getting the luxury of having a focus that's like on me.
100%.
And shit, I deserve that. I deserve that shit in my lifetime. You know, we.
I mean, that's kind of a reason why. That's one. That, I mean, what you're talking about as far as choosing yourself, that was a big part of us moving too. Like, I don't know if you saw it, but like, I mean, I knew I was moving. I needed to say something, but you know, I stepped back from, even if the pandemic wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? I stepped back from me facilitating Fade the Flow, which really was me facilitating for the whole city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like keeping the hip hop scene alive in the whole city. Just taking a step back, bro. If I would have, and you know, don't get it twisted, man. I was really blessed to be a facilitator. I definitely had some pluses, but sometimes I think all the time and the money I would have spent like trying to put the city on into my career, you know. And I'm so blessed. Dog. I was a late bloomer. I didn't really get my first look till I was damn near 30 years old. I'm 37. You know what I'm saying? I dropped the EP in 2010 when I was 27 years old on my 27th birthday. And before that, wasn't really nothing popping. I had quit rap a couple of times. I was 27 years old and it popped off, and I've been running ever since. And every single year, it's been growing and growing and growing. I didn't get my first $100 show till I was 30 years old. And so I don't take it for granted that, you know, I'm a late bloomer. And then for a lot of people, even though I'm a little older, luckily, you know, I got a couple braids coming out because of the pandemic, but I don't look too old. If niggas, you know, I can still say all this shit is baby fat. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't look too old. And, you know, so, and so I've been able to, like, I ain't gonna say reinvent myself, but ingratiate myself into different scenes or what have you. And that began when I first started stepping back, you know, from, you know, I was doing my monthly, but like stepping back from being involved in the day-to-day shit in Baton Rouge. So for me, it's just like, you know, moving to Tulsa, one thing of course I have resources and I want to be able to use them and help out people in my community, but I'm gonna make a special point that I'm always choosing myself. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's like I love the culture and I've done so much for the culture, but now it's time for me to like kind of cash in. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of me to like, you know, like nigga done sold some dope shit. Now it's time to reap some dope shit too, whatever. But I mean, I respect that. And like, for me as a fan, bro, like my only hope is, you know, I mean, I see y'all all still cool. Like, I would love just to hear an EP for fun. It ain't gotta be no tour shit. But like, man, just give me 5 songs, bro. Like, you know, just you know, like that shit is, y'all have a powerful legacy, specifically like for what y'all represent for Detroit in this time period. Like, you know, most of the Detroit niggas is older. You know what I'm saying? Besides, like, you know, T Grizzly's young and like fucking Big Sean is in his mid-30s now. You know what I'm saying? So like, y'all represent like a third or fourth generation of Detroit hip hop that I think is very, very important. And like, it's true school, it's Detroit, it's culture, it's live performances. And like I tell people all the time, like, bro, I've used CSF so many times in arguments when motherfuckers is like, ain't nobody making no real hip hop no more. Ain't nobody, nah, nigga, nah. You know what I'm saying? So as a fan, I definitely, you know what I'm saying, would like to hear more and really see more. Because when I saw you niggas, I was blown the fuck away. I was like, these niggas that give me the mic shit. I'm like, yo, this is something different. Like, this ain't, I've never, as a nigga who tour a lot, bro. And that's another thing too. You don't see groups, you definitely don't see quartets. You know what I'm saying? So like, seeing what y'all did was like, whatever. So, but I definitely respect choosing yourself. So speaking of yourself, man, what is L.A.Z? What is L.A.Z, aka Uncle Luke Charles, or what Dr. Luke Charles, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Big Luke Charles.
Big Luke Charles. What are you working on? You know what I'm saying? Why you having a lot of success with your moving company, delivery company? Like, what are you working on? You know what I'm saying, artistically, or are you just taking a break right now?
No, I got an album done. Now I actually got a Clear Soul Forces song on that book. You know,
there we go.
Yeah, I'm sitting on. You know,
there you go.
It's a producer from Japan named DJ Mitsu. Me and him cooked up an album. It's called Dream Cruise. Trying to put it out August 21st of this year.
Why that day?
It's this event out here called the Dream Cruise, where like in Detroit, well, it ain't really in Detroit. That shit like more in the burbs, going down Wood, where people will get in their cars, like old schools, niggas bring out like shine, chromed out, clean ass old schools, and just cruise up and down the strip. But it'd be like all weekend, people be in the medians, barbecuing, playing music, niggas be popping the trunk in the parking lots of certain buildings. you know, so it's just like, it's dope. And this album is like my homage to it. You know, it's, yeah, you know, so it's like, I got something coming out. I just dropped a video with my boys out here, Quentin Ahmad, who part of Bruiser Brigade with Danny Brown and them. It's him, the Messiah, and my dude Joe Spano. We just put out a track called Cold Outside the other day. That shit is filthy. You know, just I'm still always working on stuff. I was in the lab with my man Windsor James. He's a skateboarder. He's a professional skateboarder, but he made music too. You know, I was in the lab cooking with him the other night when I was in Colorado. So it's like, I got music. I got the Illaz project done. You feel me? That'll be dropping after this Dream Cruise album. Just want to put my foot in Japan first.
No, I said because, you know, August is Black August, and I want to say 21st is Marcus Garvey's birthday. So like, really? You know, so like, yeah, like a lot of like August is like all those goddamn Pan-African radical niggas, we go up for August. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked. Yeah. That's why I asked specifically about August 21st.
Yeah,
whatever.
I didn't know that. You know, but it's like everybody thinks I retired or some shit. I don't even believe in retiring from. You gotta be the DOC to retire, and even then, that nigga's hands still work.
Well, you know that nigga he got his voice back, and that nigga came back and rapped a couple years ago.
Exactly, and his hands were still working the whole fucking time, and he was still.
You know what's funny about it, bro? This nigga lost his voice, got it back, and came back and still ain't rap over vocals, my nigga. Look, right. if the DLC want to rap over vocals, that'd be the only nigga him and Beanie Siegel. Beanie Siegel only got one lung, so he can only spit like a couple bars at a time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I let Beanie Siegel and DLC slide rapping over vocals. Everybody else, you got no excuse. So big shout out to DLC, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, I'm active, man. My pen's still out here working.
Man, you got to cook up too, bro. It's been once I get situated, I already got like. I'm working on the album. The album's pretty much almost done. I got some other stuff. That matter of fact, if you got a couple minutes when we get off this, I'm gonna play some stuff too. But I got some other productions I think you'll sound good on. Okay, so where can we find you? You said find you everywhere. What's the easiest way to find you online?
No, I don't mean it like that. Social media, you can find me on Flows for Days on everything.
FLOWZ, yeah.
Yeah, number 4, DAZE, Flows for Days. You know, you can find me there. Any of my music, you can find it online at the Illaz.com, DAILLAZ.com. You know, it's going to have a link to my solo shit, People Under Detroit, merchandise, etc., etc. I still keep it concise, you feel me?
I'm gonna pull your website up real quick just for people that's you know, tapping in with us.
Yup. And going to the website, that'll link on pretty much whatever way they looking to go. Well.
Okay. You got what? What am I looking for? What's up here? Things in the way. Cool. The Illaz.com, man. Big shout out to look, I'm gonna say this too. He probably think I forgot, man. Shout out to Illa Dope. He is the person. I came up with the phrase, but he is the person who designed the Rhythm Season Rap Over Vocals logo.
Man, for real?
Yeah, he didn't tell you about that?
No, I had no idea.
All right, so this is how it came about. He and I was in we did, so it was 2019. We did a show in Greensboro. No. Wait. Yeah, no. We was in Greensboro, Roanoke, and Charlottesville.
Yeah.
You know, he was living in North Carolina at the time, so he pulled up on me. So I flew into RDU. I flew into Raleigh, and I lost my my luggage. Well, they didn't have my luggage. Somehow my luggage ended up being in Atlanta, whatever type shit. So I didn't have no merch. Luckily, I had clothes. I didn't have no merch. And so the first show I did in Greensboro, I didn't have the plus the plane got that boo-boo late too. So I didn't have no merch. You know what I'm saying? And so the next day we got up and we went to Roanoke. I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? He was like, you got cash? I'm like, yeah. He said, let's go to, he was like, man, let's just find the mall where they print t-shirts and we'll print some t-shirts up. He was like, if I go to one of these stands, if I say I got a slice, I got $100, they're gonna make the shirts cash, right? So we went to 2 or 3 different malls. We finally found a mall. He was like, what do you want the shirt to say? And I was like, real MCs don't rap over vocals. First he said, stop rapping over vocals. I said, nah, other people already use that shit. If I'm gonna use it, I gotta say something ain't nobody else said on the planet. At least that I know of, you know what I'm saying? And so he designed the real MCs don't rap over vocals. He gave dude $100 and dude gave us like 12 shirts. And so I had sold out so we did the show in Roanoke, and then I had sold out by the time we got to Charlottesville the next day. And that's so when we talk about the Stop Rapping Over Vocals movement and the railroad movement, you know what I'm saying? Illaz definitely played his hand in that. So big shout out to Illaz, man.
That's crazy. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, bro. Man, I got to talk to that nigga because we ain't spoken in a minute, but it's much love to him always. Jarrell, I'm sorry, L.A.Z, you know what I'm saying? Big Charles.
My real name is cool too.
Okay, cool. Bro, it's always a pleasure to link up and chop it up with you, man. We got to get up more often, brother. And you know what I'm saying? If you got a couple minutes after we get off, I'm gonna play something for you. But for everybody else, MarcelPBlack.com, Really Out Your Podcast, YouTube, Marcel P. Black, a la Mahabe Freedom.